Hey, time for a plot twist. Okay, Freddie Mercury. I don't know if you're reading the news or if you follow this, but uh, apparently, maybe, evidently, there's a new biography that just dropped. This bombshell that Queen's frontman, Freddie Mercury, yes, the Freddie Mercury, had a secret child. Um, I I don't know. I'm a little surprised, I think is safe to say. But apparently she's 48 now and she's kind of been kept under wraps and just kind of buzzing about it, trying to figure out, is this real? Is it not real? Just kind of like trying to digest how to feel about it as a whole. Now, as a Gen Xer, I grew up with Queen. I didn't actually know when I was young Freddie Mercury's name. So he himself didn't mean too much to me at that point in my life. But then as I aged, I really began to understand the complexities of him and his life. And then when he had the biography movie out not long ago, in the last few years, another wave of understanding came across, my understanding, and it kind of took the whole circle of who Freddie Mercury was, how awesome he was, how gifted of an artist he was, and then his personal life as well, and the parties and all of that stuff that we saw in that movie. But I didn't know any of that when I fell in love with the music. I just knew that their music was freaking art. Uh, I don't care. I don't care if he had 20 kids. I think because we knew that he passed from AIDS, and we in the movie, the female that can't remember if he was married to her or if there was just a relationship, but his best friend, that kind of made me think that there wouldn't be any sort of children in his life. But if there is, wow, I'm just like, so I don't know what to think because the OCD part of me is all about, no, wait a minute, I got to make this make sense. And that's what I'm sitting here digesting and just like, well, it could have been this, it could have been that. Were they drunk? Was it drugs? Was it, and it's so funny because why are we trying to understand and dissect someone else's life in the first place? Back then we didn't care about this stuff. All we cared about was the music and the art. And man, they were good at that. But the fact is, apparently there is a daughter. I think she's just going by the letter B in the biography, and in because from what I understand, she wants to keep her identity secret for now. But there's been people speculating, well, no, it's not real. She's just plotting. She's just a fan. And everybody is like, why would she have done this for 3 years and not asked for anything? Why would she have presented all of this evidence now that she's ready and not asked for anything? But apparently she says that, I am ready now in my midlife. She basically is older now than Freddie was when he passed. And I believe he passed it at 45 through, I think it was pneumonia and complications, obviously, of AIDS. But she's now older than her father lived to be. She's talking about how he's presented her over the years with like 17 journals that took her all the way back from when he was a boy and they left the country that they left, and his whole upbringing and all of the things. He told her who he is, who he was. And so she would have that family lineage, the history of her family, even if they couldn't live as I'm your dad, because from what it talks about, the affair was with either a bandmate or somebody's wife. So whatever the situation was. I'm guessing maybe Dad stayed and Freddie just didn't. But it sounds like they were open enough to have that communication internally as, the close circle of people. But it sounds like a lot of his closest friends knew about it. So nobody is really saying, no, this is crap. This isn't true. I think it's exciting. What do you think? Is it just me? Because honestly, I'm happy for him that it's come out, because now, I'm thinking, and this is kind of, I guess my biggest takeaway is in the movie about him. They talked about, or they showed us how lonely he was, and how just really depressed and sad, and again lonely. But if he had this relationship in those years, and the love of a child, even if you can't be with them every day, is honestly, it's kind of what we're here for. The feeling of that love, and that one-on-one connection, that it's just different than anything else. So I'm glad he was able to feel that for somebody else, and to enjoy that relationship, even in the short years that he had. But what's your opinion? I mean, are you bothered by it? Do you think it's crap? Tell me below in the comments, and then I'd really like to hear what was your favorite Queen song? Because I'll be honest, I've kind of been sitting here thinking about it, and I can't decide. There's so many, so many, so many. What's your favorite?